afternoon out there. Let's get IG on here. Hi, everybody out there. How you guys doing on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon? Hope all is well. Hi, Andy. Thanks for jumping on. Hi, Deborah. Thank you guys for jumping on here. All right. I would like for you guys to hit like and share on this video today. Elaine Proby here, CEO, PROBY'S Tax and Accounting. And today we're going to talk about this very important topic, which has to do with the PPP loan, guys. I know this was a very hot subject in the last several months. So today being the end of June, this program actually physically ended the second go round, the end of May. So the program ended the end of May. And now, of course, all of you who have gotten this money and, now there's another step that you must take regarding this money. And I think this is what we need to talk about now, because if you don't, you'll find that you may have to give this money back. You have to pay this money back. So today we want to talk about what happens with the PPP loan. And we really want to talk about the PPP Loan Forgiveness Application update. That's what we want to talk about today, guys. Every conversation prior to this was about the PPP loan, is about getting the loan, is about what the loan was for. It was like, all that good stuff. So now we're getting down to the the real subject matter here is the PPP loan forgiveness. All right. So I would like for you guys to hit like and share on this video so everyone can get this information. This is very serious. Everybody needs this. Everyone that has gotten a loan has to go through these processes that we're going to talk about today. On the PPP loan forgiveness, what I will talk to you guys about today is what it really is, how to apply for it and where to apply. And in this conversation, I will also let you guys know what happens if you don't apply and if you don't get this thing forgiven. We will talk about that very serious information, okay? So I would like for you guys to take some notes on this. And at the end of this live or even in between time, if y'all have any questions, put it on the screen and let me know. All right, so let's talk about the PPP loan forgiveness. And hi, Karen. Thanks for joining in. Hey, Naz, how are you guys today? Thank you guys for tuning in. All right. So the PPP loan forgiveness, what is it, right? So first of all, the PPP loan, guys, again, I like to recap this because, so that no one misconstrued what it is. The PPP loan was a loan that was given by the SBA through a lender for businesses, self-employed and small business, and everybody that has a payroll or a self-employed person, you are your payroll. And it was money that was given to you so that you can continue to keep your staff paid, to keep yourself paid. And of course, there was some of this money that can be used for other expenditures. And so they gave this money so the business can stay afloat. And so that's what this money is, right? So it was considered the Payroll Protection Program simply because it was specifically geared for payroll expenses. That was mostly what it is. 60% of that money had to be used for payroll. So that's what the PPP loan is. Now, the forgiveness process, that's a secondary application process, guys. This loan is not going to just go away simply by the fact that I use it for payroll and so it's gone. There is a physical step that must be taken for this loan to be forgiven. You have to literally do an application process, which we'll talk about in my second point today. But the loan, again, there's a process that you have to go through in order to get it forgiven. If this loan is not forgiven, guys, I guarantee you're going to have to pay this money back, okay? So it's very important that the loan gets forgiven. You have up until 24 weeks after you get this money, or some of you may choose to do it in 8 weeks, or literally before the process when you have to start paying this money back to get this forgiveness process in. It's a physical application that must be done in order for you to get the loan forgiveness. Okay, so it just won't go away. We have to do something about it. And this is the point that I want to drive home today. If all of those funds are not forgiven because simply they weren't used for the right reasons, you will have to pay that portion back. And if the loan is not forgiven, guys, you will have to pay all this money back. So it's very important to pay attention to what you have to do with that money and make sure that you physically fill out the application. I will let you know that in the second point to get this money forgiven. Some of the points, some of the things that you can pay with that money, besides your payroll, you were able to pay rent, you were able to pay your lease payments, you were able to pay supplies. If 60% was used for your payroll and the rest of it was for rent, supplies, and other business expenses, it was stipulated in that loan application what you can use that money for. Again, if you didn't use the money for the right reasons, you will have to pay it back. Your loan could be denied and not forgiven, and you would have to pay all that money back. So pay attention to what you use that money for, and make sure that the forgiveness application goes in. We'll talk about that in my second point. Okay, so guys, I want to thank you guys. Hi, Lorna. Thanks for jumping in here. Class begin. All right, you're here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so you guys doing over here in IG, the web stylist. Hey, how are you? Let's read. Thank you for jumping in here. All right, so that's the PPP loan forgiveness. What is the PPP loan? The forgiveness, again, is getting a physical application in so that that money can go away and you don't have to pay it back. Second point today, guys, how to apply. How do you get this loan forgiven? Again, there's the simple application form that must be done. So the reason why I'm really driving this point home, because I know a lot of people got the PPP loan, especially the self-employed folks. You fill the application out, you got that loan, but it's not over. Okay, you will be responsible for paying that money back. So how do you apply? You have to physically fill out the application form. There's 3 sets of application form that the SBA have. There is what is a 3508S, and that one is geared specifically towards the self-employed. You can use it if you made less than if they gave you less than $150,000. And I know most of the self-employed people didn't get over $150,000, because if you were self-employed, it was based on your salary. If you had a corporation, and which is maxed it out at $100,000, or if you filed a self-employment form, which is a Schedule C, it was maxed out of $100,000. So your loan was maxed out at about $20,000 anyway. So this form, especially for you, is the most appropriate form that you will be using to fill out to get your loan forgiven. So there's a 3508S form that has to be filled out. There's a 3508 easy form. This all depending on how much money you got for the PPP loan. And then there's a 3508. These are all SBA form numbers. There's a 3508 form. And if you got over $150,000, guys, for those of you who had a company that had payroll that exceeded a certain amount, and you got over $150,000 in PPP loan, I know I've had clients who have gotten lots of money on that, $500,000, maybe $1 million. Those guys have to fill out the 3508 to get the PPP loan forgiven. All right. So on that form, on the 3508 form, guy, whether it's the S, whether it's the easy, whether it's the 08 that you are filling out, the information that's going to be needed, you guys, information, make some notes for this. The information that's going to be needed. You got to have the loan number, and there's information with that. You got to have your loan number, your SBA loan number. You have to have your lender loan number on there. You have to have the amount of the PPP loan that you received, the date that you received that loan, right? You got to have all that stuff, the date that they gave you the money, and that's the information that's going to be on the form when you fill it out. So these are things that you need to know. Look at the form, gather your information, make sure that you have everything put together so that you can put that information on the form to submit it. You want to make sure it's complete, because if it's not complete, it will be sent back to you again. You could not have that loan forgiven. Again, you will have to pay that money back. So you want to make sure that all information is correct. And so once you fill out that form complete, this is what you do. You will be submitting it to the lender. All right. So let's back up here a bit. The loan application form that you must have. You must submit this for there's no other way to get this thing forgiven. You must fill out the application. Again, it's a 3508S if you're self-employed. The easy form if you've got under $150,000. Over $150,000, guys, you use a 3508, which is a long form. And then, of course, you want to make sure you have your documentation together. Documentation they're going to ask you for, bank statements you need to have, payroll records you need to have, payroll tax returns you need to have, like the 941s, the payroll tax returns, you need to have those. And then if you used 60% of that money for your payroll and the rest of it for other expenses, you need to have documentation or backup documentation to show where you paid the rent, where you paid the supplies and utilities and that kind of stuff. You want to be able to have that information if it is required, if they ask you for it. Some of these lenders, based on the amount of money you got, may not need all of those backup documentation. You may just need to show your payroll information. However, it said that you must have all your backup documentation just in case they need it. All right. So that's the second point, how you apply for the payroll forgiveness. Okay. So that's number 2. Number 3, where to apply. Okay, make note of this, guys, where to apply, because you do not want to get lost in the shuffle. You must apply for your forgiveness with the lender that gave you the money. Okay, do not go to the SBA website and apply. You can't send the application by mail to the SBA and expect it to go away. That's not going to work. You have to apply directly with the lender, whoever you got the money from, whether it's a bank, whether it's some other finance company, whoever gave you the money. And you guys should be receiving direct emails from these lenders. You know where the money came from. And if for some reason you don't see an email from them about the forgiveness, you want to call. You want to make sure that you are directly connecting with the lender who gave you the money to send back the forgiveness application along with any documentation they ask you for. Okay, so direct with the lenders, send the application. You want to submit it directly to them. You could do it online. A lot of lenders accepting the application online. And then what will happen is they will submit, if necessary, this application will go to the SBA for review. And once the SBA accepts all of your documentation or review it and they are satisfied with it, they will inform the lender, who will then inform you and let you know that, hey, your loan is forgiven. You don't have to pay us any of this money back and you're good to go. Okay. So that's the 3rd point. Very important, guys. Again, today we're talking about the PPP loan forgiveness. We talked about the loan. We talked about all the stuff about getting it and all the deadlines. Today, most importantly, now that it's over, we need to know how we can get that money forgiven. Whether you got PPP loan 1, PPP loan 2, you got to do the same information and you got to fill out the application to get them all forgiven. Okay, so let's go back over my points today, guys. Number 1, what it is. What is the forgiveness? The forgiveness is the process that you have to go through for them to convert this loan into a grant that is not, you don't have to pay back. Simply you don't have to pay back. And better news than that, it's not even taxable income. I mean, awesome. It's not even taxable income, right? So that's what it is. And it's that money that they gave you to assist with payroll and utilities and other expenses so your business can stay afloat. So 1, what it is. Number 2, how to apply for it. The loan forgiveness, guys, has to be done physically through an application process. Okay, it has to be done physically through an application process. You have to fill out this form, some basic information about the SBA loan number, the number that the lender assigned to you, and how much you got for the PPP loan, when you got the money, and that's some of the basic information that has to be on that form. And in addition to that, you got to provide any backup documentation that they required, like your payroll data, payroll tax form, or any other expenses that you spend that money on. Just keep in mind, 60% of the money had to be spent on payroll for it to be forgiven. Once again, if all of it is not forgiven, you got to pay it back. And if it's denied simply because you spend the money on the wrong thing, you got to pay all that money back. Okay, you got to pay it all back to the SBA. So that's the 2nd point. 3rd, where to apply. Again, most importantly, guys, it's so easy because it's an SBA situation. It's so easy for you to jump online and say, let me go to the SBA website and do this application. They will send you back to the lender. Go directly to your lender, whoever you got the money from, whatever finance institution you got it from, whatever bank you got it from. This is where you send your application back to. If you don't see that information, you know where the money came from, guys, reach out to them and follow up with them to make sure that they get all your information, the application, any information. Make sure they got everything they need from you. Okay, don't assume that it's done everything, because you do not want to get a bill later on that you have to pay back. Okay, so you want to follow up with the lender, make sure they have your application, make sure they get all the documentation, make sure they don't need anything else from you, and so you can get this money forgiven so you don't have to pay any of it back. Okay, so that's it with getting your PPP loan forgiven, guys. I hope you guys make some notes on this. Very important. Make sure that you hit like and share this information so everybody can get this, because I know a lot of folks got the PPP loan, a lot of independent businesses, a lot of self-employed and other small businesses have gotten this PPP loan. Now it's time for you to make sure that the forgiveness form is in so that you're in the clear. You don't have to pay any of this back, and that, and you don't have to pay any taxes on this money because it is not taxable income. Okay, so that's my point today, guys. I want to thank you for jumping on here. Hi, Andy. The website is over here. Hi, Lorna. What did you say? Time? I'm going. Okay, you're getting. What is she getting? All right, she's getting educated. She is getting educated. I just love it. You're all missing out. All right, guys. So that's it for me today on PPP loan forgiveness. If you guys have any questions regarding this matter and you need any additional, and they said, I am listening. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for jumping in here. Of course, I appreciate that. If you guys have any question, guys, make sure that you give us a call here if you need some clarity on this stuff at PROBY'S Tax and Accounting, 323-290-9034, or you can visit our website at PROBY'Stax.com. You can send us a question. You can hit like and share at the bottom of this video, guys. If you have any questions, put it on here. I'll come back through and respond to them. Again, most importantly, you want to get your PPP loan forgiven so you don't have to pay it back and you don't have to pay any taxes on it. How beautiful is that? Okay, so I just want to make sure everybody gets this information and no one gets this wrong. Leave your question in the comments below. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, with that said, guys, I will be back here on Thursday with some more valid information. Mike Wives, thanks for jumping on. Okay, thank you guys for jumping on over here. And IG, I love it. I really appreciate it. Thursday, we'll be back with some more information and some personal finances or tax matters. So we'll be back on Thursday to have some more conversation with you guys. Again, hit like and share in this video. Put your notification on like you have done today so that you can jump in here and get this information, right? So again, I want you guys to look forward to our free class about why you should start a business. We're going to have a free class about why you should start a business. Here it goes. There it is on the screen. Check it out. Why you should start a business. If you're thinking about starting a business and you're on the fence and you don't know what side to go or try to make that decision, I'm going to have a free class in a couple of weeks to tell you guys why you should start a business. And after this, I mean, I'm sure if you was in between thoughts, you're going to jump in and get it going. All right. And then after that, we'll teach you how you can get your business going and how you can be successful at it and how you can make a whole lot of money. All right. So with that said, guys, visit ElaineDesk.com for the free class and for our other classes on how you can get your business going. And with that said, I'll be up out of here. And this is blessings and auntie, and thank you. All right. Thank you guys again for jumping in here. With that said, I want you guys to take care of each other and take care of yourself. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.